There are two things that our enemies never wanted us to have when I was at the United Nations. They never wanted us to be energy independent. Not only will we not be energy independent, we will be energy dominant. We will start using the resources we're blessed with, and we will make sure we're helping our friends by exporting as much liquefied natural gas as we can. We'll get the EPA out of the way, and we will start making sure that we never go to Saudi Arabia hat in hand for oil or get dirty oil from Venezuela or Iran. And the second thing they didn't want us to have, they never wanted us to have a strong military. We have to have a strong military. And that doesn't mean throwing money at the Department of Defense. That means bringing down the bureaucracy, bringing down the red tape, modernizing our systems so that we can fight future wars should we need it. That's what makes us stay away from all the fray, because enemies don't want to touch us. And you don't do that by making our military take gender pronoun classes. It's demoralizing to them. We've got to stop doing that. Now, you're going to hear, now more than ever, a national security debate that's happening. And the debate is, I don't think we need to help Ukraine anymore. We've got to focus on Iran. But I want to ask you to take a step back and really look at how these threats face us. Here you have Russia, who invaded this freedom-loving country, right? I don't think we need to give any blank checks. I don't think we need to put troops on the ground. But dictators always do what they say they're going to do. They're actually very transparent. China said they were going to take Hong Kong. They did. Russia said they were going to invade Ukraine. We watched it. China says Taiwan is next. We better believe them. Russia said after Ukraine, it's Poland and the Baltics. Those are NATO countries. That puts us at war. The best thing we can do is make sure Ukraine has the equipment and ammunition they need to win. And do you know who the people who support the Ukrainians the most are and support the West giving aid to Ukraine? The Taiwanese. Why? Because they know if Ukraine wins, China won't invade Taiwan. And do you know who else is supporting the Israelis? The Ukrainians are supporting the Israelis, because they know if Iran wins, that helps Russia. This is all tied. You have an unholy alliance with Russia, China, and Iran. Iran's getting all of their money from China because China's importing all of their oil. Russia's getting drones and missiles from Iran. And when that horrific tragedy happened on October 7th, Putin didn't call Netanyahu right away. You know who he did call? Hamas, and invited them to Russia. And Hamas turned around and said Russia was their dearest friend. This unholy alliance, the reason that they're working together is because they all want to get rid of freedom. And they all equally hate America. So when you see these protests on college campuses, these pro-Hamas protests on college campuses, first of all, understand this is a violent terrorist regime. That when they burned those bodies and beheaded those babies and raped those girls and dragged their naked bodies through the streets of Gaza, never forget what they said. They said, death to Israel, death to America. We have got to stop acting like it's September 10th. And we better remember what September 12th felt like. Because America can never be so arrogant to think we don't need friends. So let's take care of our friends. And when they tell you, oh, but you can't do both, you can take care of Israel, you can take care of Ukraine, and you can secure the border. And do you know if you did all three of those things, that's less than 20% of Biden's green subsidies that he passed? It's priorities. It's just about having the right priorities. So we have the solutions. We know what it takes to get America back on track. But the first thing